Welcome back. Thanks for joining us here on Breakfast Television. Banff is one of Canada's favorite holiday destinations, and if it's on your travel radar, make sure to pack a mask. Reporter Mike Yawney joins us now live from the resort community. We're starting today. Face coverings are mandatory, correct?
That's right, even outside, Greg. And a question for you, Greg. Have you been to Banff before?
I have not, and I plan on doing that eventually. Looks beautiful behind you.
You're missing out. It is beautiful. And this, I want to point out something, Greg. This is Cascade Mountain. This is where all the tourists you can actually see right now, they get their picture taken along Banff Avenue with Cascade Mountain in the background. But those pictures are going to look a little different come a couple hours from now, because at 12 o'clock noon, of course, Banff time, Mountain time, mandatory masks become, they become mandatory. The signage is already out here. So it's already giving people a heads up that in a couple hours they will have to start wearing masks. And what's interesting about this, Greg, is it's not only in the restaurants and in the busy storefronts and the pubs, it's outdoors as well. There's a 2-block radius. Banff Avenue, where I'm standing, this is the main drag. Usually there's a lot of traffic through here. It's closed down. They did this a few weeks back just to kind of give some more social distancing for people. And now they're saying that you must wear a mask even outdoors in this 2-block radius. The fine, if you're caught without a mask, $150, a little on the steep side. That being said, there are going to be people with the town of Banff here, Greg, this morning handing out masks, because they said they don't really want to, hand out fines. It's more about education. But if somebody refuses to comply, they said they'll ask to leave the area, or they'll be handed a fine, one or the other, Greg.
And that's a steep fine. I want to ask you, too, about this Alaska loophole. It's how a lot of Americans have been getting into the country. But previous to, I guess, this clampdown, we weren't able to track where actually they were going and how long they were in Canada, right?
Yeah, it's interesting because Banff has had a problem with American tourists saying that they are going to Alaska, and then all of a sudden they show up in the restaurants and the hotels here and they stay here for a time. So basically, I was talking with the fire chief here in Banff, and they said they're really happy that Canada Border Services is now clamping down on that as of today. I know you guys have been talking about this in the news, that now Americans have to go through 5 different border crossings, most of them in BC, but there's one here in Alberta as well. And they're given basically a tag that they have to hang off their rearview mirror, stating that they have a certain amount of time they can spend within Canada before hitting Alaska. And Greg, I mean, they're even telling them that you have to go with the direct route there. If you're going to eat, you cannot go into the restaurant. They want you to go through drive-through only. So lots of restrictions. And I can tell you, the town of Banff, they are very happy that this is now in place, because they said, we can't afford to go backwards. A lot of the businesses, they rely on tourism, and they don't want to have to shut their doors. So they're very happy that this loophole will hopefully now be closed. And
the bottom line, you can still go and enjoy the resort, right? So that's the silver lining here for sure.
There you go.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Greg. Have a great long weekend.
You as well.